Hello, friends in the audience. I am Zhang Tianliang. Today is December 9th, 2025. We have talked about this 2 times in a row on the show. Li Shi, the boss of the discipline group and the top leaders, might be in trouble. If we look carefully at the reports from the top leaders' meetings in the last 3 years, we can almost be sure that Li Shi, the discipline boss, is really in trouble. There are 3 big things that we can't explain right now. We can check this at 3 times. One in December, one in January, and one in February. The December check is at the end of this year, when the Chinese Communist Party usually holds a meeting for the top leaders to talk about their lives. In January, they hold a full meeting for the discipline group. In February, the top leaders report their work in writing to Xi Jinping. This includes not just the top leaders, but also the secretaries, people from the Congress, government, advisory group, top court, and top prosecutor. Now, from news on the internet, Li Shi is linked to trouble with Ma Xingrui, and this involves 51 high officials at the department level. Who is leading this big cleanup in the party and government? This is a topic that can cause a lot of arguments. Today, the second topic is based on yesterday's news that Trump agreed to sell NVIDIA chips, H200, to China. From the Financial Times report, this might surprise many people. Even though Trump said he talked to Xi Jinping and she is happy that America will sell H200 AI chips, the report says China is now limiting the use of NVIDIA H200 chips. This might be part of Xi Jinping's plan to get rid of American stuff. Also, on the 7th, the U.S. Congress put out the defense bill for 2026. America's military spending for 2026 is about $900 billion. This bill sees the Chinese Communist Party as Washington's main challenge in military, industry, foreign affairs, and world economy. It sets new rules on investments, bans a bunch of Chinese-made tech from getting into the Pentagon supply chain, and grows foreign and spy work to track Beijing's power around the world. They need to do more study and plans for these things. At the same time, the bill gives more help to Taiwan in politics, money, and military. One very important part is to check and tell the public about the family money of people like Xi Jinping himself. Today, there is breaking news. Ukraine's President Zelensky agrees to hold an election in 60 days if there is safety protection. This is like kicking the ball to Trump and Putin's side. I think these topics are very important, so I want to share them with you. If you think these topics are important too, please give us some cheer. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the little bell. Now let's talk about the first topic. This is about a big shakeup in the high levels of the Chinese Communist Party, even at the top leaders level. This can mean a top country-level official might get pulled down. We talked about this on November 30th and yesterday. Signals that Li Shi, the discipline boss and the top leaders, might be in trouble because he missed 2 top leaders' meetings and 1 group study. For the discipline boss, who almost never goes abroad or even leaves Beijing, missing meetings in Beijing is very rare. If we look at reports from the last few years about top leaders' meetings from Xinhua News, we found at least 3 signs that Li Shi is in trouble. The first sign, in the last 2 years at the end of the year, after each top leaders' meeting, the Xinhua report always mentions one thing. Before the top leaders' meeting, Xi Jinping holds a meeting for the very top group. We know top leaders' meetings are usually once a month, right? And the very top group meets once a week. In the past, at the end of the year, when reporting the top leaders' meeting, they always say Xi Jinping held the very top group meeting before, and then say she listened to the report from the Central Discipline Group about this year's work and plans for next year's full meeting. But in this top leaders' meeting report, they didn't mention the very top group meeting at all. We can see, on December 8th, 2023, the report said Xi Jinping held the very top group meeting and listened to the Central Discipline Group's 2023 work and plans for the 20th Discipline Group's 3rd full meeting. In 2024, it said the same, just changed the year to 2024 and 3rd to 4th. It's almost copy and paste, just change the numbers. The words are almost the same. But for 2025, on December 8th, the top leaders' meeting report didn't mention anything about Xi listening to the discipline report or plans for next year's 20th Discipline Group's 5th full meeting. So we can see that the discipline group must be in trouble. They didn't even mention it. That's the first sign that Li Shi will be in trouble. If Li Shi is not in trouble, They would hold the full discipline meeting early next year. The second sign. In the last 2 years at the end of the year, the top leaders' meeting topics include studying next year's economy work and also planning next year's anti-corruption work and setting the exact date for the discipline full meeting. But in this report, they didn't mention anti-corruption topics and didn't set the date for next year's discipline full meeting. This shows big problems in the discipline group's work. An overseas self-media person, Jiang Wangzheng, on December 7th, shared news that the Ma Xingrui case is now handled fully by Liu Jingguo, the #1 deputy in the discipline group. Li Shi and his family are involved in the Ma Xingrui case, so at least they have to stay away. Also, this case involves 51 high officials at department level. Jiang Wangzheng said the Ma Xingrui case already touches half of Xi Jinping's power base. Li Shi was promoted a lot by Xi Jinping after he took power. He's from the Shaanxi North Group. At every meeting, he talks a lot about the 2 establishes and 2 protects, showing Li Shi is very loyal to Xi Jinping. But now Li Shi is still in trouble. So there's a question. Who is cleaning up Li Shi? Before we keep talking, let's do a short ad. I recommend this wild Red Sea cucumber repair drink from Jeju Island in Korea. We got new feedback from viewers. The brand changed to new packaging. Let me show you. Before it was like a small box, loose pack. Now it has a gift box and bag, so you can carry it easy. It's very nice for New Year gifts. 172-year-old Aunt Jocelyn from New Jersey had COVID 2 years ago, then always felt tired. She takes 4 water exercise classes a week. After class, she was so tired she didn't want to cook, just lie down. She tried the Red Sea cucumber with a try it mind, and after a few sticks, she felt stronger. Before, exercise made her tired half a day. Now she feels light after. After half a box, her face looks pink and healthy. She can do more in a day, no more tired feeling. She called to thank us for the tip and bought more. There are many good reviews like this. One viewer had high blood pressure since high school. Pills didn't help much. After trying the Red Sea cucumber drink, the effect was surprisingly good, so he bought 10 boxes at once because he and his wife both take it. Uses up fast. Another viewer had bad mouth sores. After 2 days taking it, no pain, 3rd day all healed. This time buying more as year-end bonus for workers. That's how great Red Sea cucumber is. It has many active fixed parts that help lower high blood pressure, stomach pain, joint pain, gout, and other long-term swell problems. It also helps fix cells and make body adjust better. The Red Sea cucumber is caught by local sea women in Old Way. Hand-catch wild ones, not grown with chemicals. So if you need it, click the link below the video or scan the QR code on screen now. For China Mainland, Hong Kong, Taiwan, scan top left. For US, Canada, scan top right. Enter my special member code, TLTIME. We put it at bottom left of video to get 15% off. Order early to get it soon. Okay, now back to talk about who is cleaning up Li Shi, a top country-level official in the top leaders. Of course, people think only 2 ways. One is Xi Jinping himself, or people against Xi. For people against Xi, they must first take away Xi's power to touch Li Shi. Actually, discipline officials sound very strong, like old-time guards or spies, but we need to know, Li Shi can take down many high officials, but his power doesn't come from himself. It comes from the party system. He has no power alone. Like in old China, at the end of Ming Dynasty, Wei Zhongxian had big power, called 9000 years old. He could hit anyone. Many people followed him because behind him was the Emperor Tianqi's support. Without the emperor, his power gone in one night. When Tianqi died, new Emperor Chongzhen took power. Cleaning up Wei Zhongxian was easy. No big fight. Wei killed himself by hanging. So if you want to hit Xi Jinping, hitting Li Shi won't really weaken Xi, because Li's power comes from Xi. If Xi has no power, Li has none too. It's like hitting Wei won't weaken Tianqi. So hitting Li Shi won't really weaken Xi. I think taking down Li Shi is what Xi Jinping wants to do. But anyway, Li Shi is a top country-level official. If she takes him down, it might be a way to show power. Anyway, we need time to watch this. Of course, we can't rule out another thing. Li Shi is very sick, can't get up, will die soon. In that case, missing meetings makes sense. We said 3 check times for if Li Shi is in trouble: December, January, February. December is the end-of-year top leaders' life meeting. Every top leader must speak, so see if Li Shi shows up and talks. January discipline full meeting. See if Li Shi leads it. February, top leaders report to Xi. She usually gives comments. If Li Shi doesn't show at all three, then either he is too sick and will die soon, or he gets pulled out to be an example. She uses him to scare others like killing a chicken to warn monkeys. Anyway, Li Shi's days won't be long. Next, let's talk about the defense bill Congress put out on Sunday for 2026 money year. From Voice of America, not full count. The report mentions China 170 times, PRC 90 times, Chinese 80 times. You can see America's defense bill sees Chinese Communist Party as #1 enemy. The bill says, starting 1 year after it passes, the national spy boss should work with State Secretary and War Department boss, put a report on the public website of the Spy Boss Office about Chinese leaders' money, and send it to Senate Spy Committee, Foreign Relations Committee, House Spy Committee, and Foreign Relations Committee. In other words, the check on Chinese leaders' money will be on the U.S. Spy Boss website, open for whole world to see. The check covers Chinese party boss and top leaders like Xi Jinping, all other top leaders, all Central Top Leaders Committee members. Now 23 people in the top group. Of course, Wei Dong is gone. Check all their money fully. Of course, we know U.S. spy groups can find only some of Xi family money, because some might be held by others or in faraway money places like Cayman Islands. But even if they find only tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, it's enough to show Xi's own bad money taking. The bill has other important parts. Set up a big system to check investments outside. Make U.S. companies and money putters report to Money Department when helping China or other worry countries with high-risk tech. For example, Chinese are doing virus stronger function tests. U.S. companies might want to invest like in Wuhan Virus Lab. Anthony Fauci gave them money. Things like that must report to Money Department. The bill gives Money Department power to stop deals directly and must send detailed year reports to Congress, and give power to punish foreign companies linked to Chinese military or watch networks, like China's DJI drones, companies making watch tools, cameras, and such. These become punished in this bill. The bill also has a ban on buying from biology tech sellers, stops Pentagon, U.S. Defense Department, and U.S. spy groups from making deals with Chinese Army or other safety groups. Can't work with Chinese on gene studies. Also, limit War Department, that's Pentagon, from buying advanced batteries, solar parts, computer screens, key minerals, and such from worry foreign groups, mainly Chinese, and make U.S. supply chains stay away from China. The ban also makes Defense Department slowly get rid of using Chinese-made computers, printers, and other tech stuff. I think this should have been done long ago. When I was in U.S. buying computer, if it's Lenovo, made in China, I never dare buy. I'm scared it has a back door, so when I go online doing things, Chinese side knows. So this time, Defense Department says in buying military stuff, can't work with Chinese, including battery solar parts and such. Lately, you might see reports. Chinese export solar products have backdoors, connected to net. If you install many Chinese solar panels, Chinese can send one order from far to shut them all. No power. For U.S., sudden power cut is deadly problem. So Chinese batteries, solar parts, computer screens, key minerals, U.S. can't buy without strict check. Chinese-made computers, printers, other tech are all under check. Lately we told you about TP-Link Wi-Fi routers made in China. 65% U.S. families use them. They have Chinese backdoors, can listen to any family online stuff. So this is big problem for U.S. country safety. Of course, for defense buying, if you put that in your weapons, it's like putting a bad program in yourself. Slowly wanting to get rid of Chinese-made goods from defense is a bit like Chinese side has similar plan called Cancel a Plan, Cancel America, get American-made products out of China mainland government buying or Chinese Army buying list. Like U.S. Dell computers or U.S. Windows, Office, Adobe, and such, any U.S.-made software, Chinese try not to use, want local replacements, Chinese don't trust U.S. Very interesting, today Financial Times report says even though Trump decides NVIDIA can sell H200 chips to China, to push Chinese, actually to stop Chinese making their own chips fully, meaning if I can buy from you, I don't need to make my own. He wants buy this way, keep Chinese chips 1 or 2 steps behind US best. So give old H200 chips US doesn't use because 2 steps behind, give to Chinese you can buy, US makes some money. Of course, this makes many in US worried or upset. Think Trump just wants money because when selling to China, 25% money goes to US money department. So Trump now wants to give H200 chips to Chinese side, but from two people who know, Beijing rule groups are talking how to allow only some get H200. In other words, not anyone can buy. People who know say buyers might need check process, send by request, and explain why local sellers can't meet their needs. Of course, they say no final choice yet. The reason why Chinese suddenly don't want NVIDIA much. Main reason, Chinese can't be sure if NVIDIA chips keep location tracking and can't be sure if they have backdoors. At key times, US can shut the chip power from far. If can't be sure, Chinese can't put them in their important plan stuff or key military places because if war starts, their own chips won't work. So actually, Chinese and US are watching each other. Defense bill clearly shows US sees Chinese as enemy. Xi Jinping's side, in top leaders meeting about next year economy plans, actually sees US as biggest enemy. So he used fight word, sees US as biggest enemy. So US and China are in a quiet understanding. Everyone knows the other is biggest enemy, meaning US and China in a new Cold War state. But no one says it out. Only when making rules or doing them, they deeply watch the other. Today, the third topic I want to say is about Russia-Ukraine war. Today, Zelensky posted a tweet. He says, I am ready for election now. I will arrive in Ukraine tomorrow. Hope our friends and lawmakers give plan to change law, allow election during no normal time. Actually, Putin doesn't talk to Zelensky. His main excuse is Zelensky's president time is up, but he doesn't hold election, so Zelensky's president spot has no legal power. If he can't stand for Ukraine, why talk to you? That's Putin's story. Trump's side says Zelensky doesn't elect because he wants to stay president forever. He doesn't want to end Russia-Ukraine war, because if war keeps going, Ukraine is in no normal state, and in no normal, by Ukraine law, can't hold election. Says Zelensky uses this to delay. Let him stay in president's spot forever. Now Zelensky gives a clear answer. You say I don't agree to end war because I want to stay in president's spot. Okay, I hold election now. If I get elected, that means keep fighting Putin is not just me. It's Ukraine people's wish, right? So this gives him stronger talk spot to deal with Trump. That's first. Second, Zelensky says clear. If Ukraine holds election, do it in 60 days, but must have one thing. Stop fire. If you don't stop, bomb every day, my people scared to go out vote. How can? So he says, okay, I can elect, let people decide if I stay or go. Let them decide if war keeps going. That's first. Second, I need US and Europe give Ukraine safety protect. In this time, before election, when voting, must stop fire if not how elect. So this means if you Trump really want me to elect, please push Putin, tell him in next 60 days don't hit us. Let Ukraine prepare elections safely. Okay? So Zelensky says very clear, I am ready. I'll be brief. I'm ready. I am ready now. I ask US and Europe together to protect election safety. I think this move is very smart. If you want election, you must tell Putin to stop fire, right? I can elect. If an end people don't want fight, then they might pick someone who takes US or Putin terms to take power, right? Then I have no blame. As president, I have no blame. It's your choice, right? You are people's choice. We are a democracy country. If you don't want fight, I can't help, right? I'll just not be president, go to other country, live away, be a guest is fine. So he does this. I think pressure suddenly on Putin, on Trump. I think this move is really good. People often, including many in the US like Vance or Kushner or Trump, they think little Zay doesn't want Russia-Ukraine stop fire as long as no stop. He can stay there forever as president. Now, he says, okay, I can go down. I say I can go down. I can join election, right? This way to confirm my legal. So I think if Ukraine people pick him, he keeps his president. When talking to Trump, he will have more strength. Who says Zelensky has no cards? I think this is his big card. Okay, this is the few topics I want to chat with you today. I think everyone should watch with me lately about Li Xi's case, because it's too weird. As a top leader, if in trouble, it's for sure a big shake in politics. Very, very big shake. So we will see what happens in December, January, February. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. If you think this stuff is good, please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell. See you next show.